So there's the extra T-piece we put in, and the hot shower pipe, red one coming off of it, and the black one is the one we've taken round to the butler sink on the other side of the utility block. Now if we pan back out, there you go, heading off over there. Now we'll pop round the other side. Now there's the other end of it as it comes down the wall to here. And around to the sink. And there's the fixing on the wall. It's the new hot one on the left and the original cold one. Right guys, we've laid a bit of it out on the floor just to give us a rough size that we need to make up all the copper piping for the heat transfer for the water for the solar heat. Now if we lay up a few fittings on the floor, I won't go show you me doing it, I'll just do bits and pieces here and there so you can see exactly what's needed. So let's get going. Right, so that's approximately the spacings we need. It'll be more accurate once we cut all the little bits of pipe to connect the T-pieces together. Now if you notice, we go in a little bit, not out. There we go. You'll see that there's a compression fitting T in the middle. Now that's to give me flexibility to move it as to where I need it. The top one in the panel will be the outlet for the hot water, or the water that's been heated up, and the bottom one is obviously where the water comes down to the tank, or out of the tank down into the panel, which is down there in the bottom centre of the screen. Right, let's get to cutting some pipe up and we'll see where we go from there. So here we have the uprights all connected to each other with the T-pieces at the bottom, except for the two outers which have got the 90-degree bends. Now we're cutting 4.5 centimetre spacers, which we're going to put in between. And if we can zoom in, I'll show you where I'm going to do it. There we go. Let's go and get that one in. You know what? I think I've got another bent one. We had a bent one earlier. Oh, that's got that in. Put that in there. And that's what we've got to do to all of these, except for here, and we'll leave them until the last thing so we know what size we need to do. Here you can see we've almost got the case made up and all the pipes are laid up inside it. They're not soldered yet. I've got to clean all the fittings and pipes before we can solder it. Now, one thing you probably noticed, let me zoom in, we can get this running right. No, that's out. Right, there we go. Right, as you can see there, what I've done is I've got rid of the compression fitting and got a soldered piece there, top and bottom, and the bottom's out of picture at the moment. The thinking behind that is, firstly, if there is a problem with the system, I haven't got to dismantle the whole panel. I'm going to put a compression fitting at the top of that pipe and the one out the back, so that we can undo it, take it out the way, get on with any work needs doing. Because once all this is soldered up, we shouldn't have another problem with it, or any problems with it about another problem. There you go, there's the bottom one. That goes out the back, and that's where the cold water will come in. The hot water will heat up as it goes through these pipes on a thermal induction, out of there up into the hot water cylinder. So we'll get these cleaned up now, soldered together, and get the rest of the back of the case nailed on, and come back to you later. So this is the finished made up panel with the glass on and painted black. Now I've finished plumbing it in yesterday. Unfortunately we had a leak, and the leak was up here. If I can zoom in, on that green plate where my two fittings were. Now what happened is, when I bought the fittings, they supplied me two rubber seals, gaskets, whatever you want to call them, to go inside. Now, on thinking it again, they were too soft, so they've been totally collapsed and spread out. Now let me show you the shower taps. As you can see here, I have a red and grey pipe. Now these are washing machine fill pipes. Had to be slightly modified because they've got a plastic insert as part of the pipe in the middle that holds the seal on. Well, that won't go into my fittings, so I've had to just trim that down so it goes in. Let me show you inside. So here's the grey and red pipes coming into the shower. And there's the taps. Ignore the G-clamp holding the bits of metal up. Bits of metals are there to allow me to get the bamboo up in the roof before I put a final piece of bamboo up like that, which holds it all in place. Back to the taps. As you can see, there's no shower head at the moment. Can't really get to this. There you go. I've got that soaking in vinegar and water, white vinegar and water, to descale it. But trust me, if I turn those taps on, I've got a good supply of water. Right, there you go. Hope it gives somebody some ideas if they want to put a little outdoor shower in. So this is the thermal hot water panel, which will transfer heat from the sun into the water and up to the tank. Now what I've done, in order to support it, I've used, as you can see, two of the long borehole pipes that were, well, there was nothing wrong with these apart from being slightly rusty, and these two supporting them, taking the weight down to the bottom of the building, utility block. Yeah, as I say, they were rusty. There was only about 3 or 4 with pinholes in them, which came out, and here's the rest. As you can see, there's quite a few there. They're 20 foot in length, and we had to cover 650 foot, which was all replaced some 6-7 years ago. Now they will take it away, but I thought, could come in handy from time to time. Not only have I used it to support the thermal water panel, I've actually used it to thread some irrigation pipe through, where I know there's a chance it goes under what's going to be the new patio, where I know there's a chance I'm not going to be able to dig it up if I need to replace it. Instead I can just pull it through. So, another use of old borehole pipe. Right, so we've descaled the shower head. It's one of ours we used to use. So let's see, hope you can see this. That's the hot, and that's the cold. That is a good shower. It's lukewarm at the moment, but then it's not been running for long. The panel's not been connected that long, so yeah, happy with that. Thanks, bye.